What is your favorite pronoun? Mine is I. Comment your favorite pronoun below. Hello, underachievers.
Before anybody comments that we look high, we were very tired and we both had hay fever.
I'm sorry I've been gone for literally over 2 weeks on YouTube and Snapchat. There's been so many things going on in life, and I started a new medication. They upped my dose, and then it was too high, and then we had to sort that out, and then also life things happened. So I'm sorry about that, but I'm back here today with Corey. You should check out his stuff in the description below. We are talking about... I spat, did you see
I saw the spit.
We are talking today about pointlessly gendered things. What is pointlessly gendered things? Things that are gendered...
For no...
Pointlessly. So yes, as we know, we live in a gendered society.
We live in a society.
We live in a gendered society today, and obviously that means that things will sometimes be pointlessly gendered.
Arguably all the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the end of the video. Everything is pointlessly gendered. See you later, losers. So, did you know that Doritos were gendered?
I didn't know that.
Doritos to make lady-friendly chips that don't crunch for women.
I like that. Maybe I'm a woman. They should do that in cinemas. That way they don't
Yes!
crunch.
Misophonia
Is when sounds make you angry.
Yes, but what I'm confused about, why can women not have crunchy Doritos? Is it because they'll be scared of the crunch? They'll be like, oh.
It's because their mouths aren't strong enough. They've got weak female jaws.
Weak lady jaws.
They don't have the strong jawline that men have, which allows them to crunch.
I have a weak lady jaw.
Yeah, which is why I have to munch up all your Doritos for you first. They
You
stick them into your
regurgitate
mouth like a baby bird. We should do that later.
No, I would not enjoy that. But I want to know why Doritos thought that women couldn't handle the crunch.
The Doritos will be smaller in size, will make less of a crunch noise, and the packet is being specifically designed to fit inside a handbag.
Is this a joke? This claim has left many women who are in fact partial to pouring crisp crumbs into their mouths perplexed. Did you know?
No.
Did you know that women cannot only not handle Doritos that crunch, they can't handle shower heads?
I know what women do.
Yeah,
in
I
shower.
do.
I know what they do in shower.
Women, apparently, they need a different stream. Kids and women shower have adjusted lower pressure.
An adult shower adjusts to high water pressure. Ah yes, adults. Men. Why does adult just mean man? It's like women and children first, and then all the adults can stay on the ship, you know?
Taking into account historical context, in which women were deemed needing to be looked after, I'd say it's probably that.
Well, no, that's very reductionist of you. Because, as you may well know, working class women were often working themselves. And so the idea that women only needed to be looked after is a very upper class idea, which I would expect from you.
Well, that was very presumptuous of you, Corey. And I'd say that was handled in bad faith.
I would say you're a racist. Try some critical race theory, my friend.
Is it because I am a woman?
Maybe.
This one may anger some men, including me. Stop, sir! Women and children first! I play video games on easy mode. Oh, go ahead, miss. You may pass. This is insinuating that women play on easy mode for video games, and that if you play on easy mode for games, then you are a woman.
You do play video games on easy mode, though, don't you?
I play games to
Badly.
enjoy them.
Yeah.
I play games to have fun. I like having fun. I don't like trying to do something and then not being able to do it and then getting stuck and giving up.
It's a loser's mentality.
Or maybe I am just not
Bad at
particularly
video
good at video games and I shouldn't be judged for that.
Some people are like, they should get rid of easy modes on games, or this.
Who the I hate people.
When games don't have easy modes, they're like, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be played. Shut up!
That's such a beta male thing to say. Good for you. That was a very patronising look.
It wasn't supposed to be that, right?
Instead of just looking down on me, you did
No,
this.
I want to look at your face.
No, so did you know that there were some songs for girls and some songs for boys?
Yeah, there's girls allowed and boys owned.
Do you want to know what songs girls love but boys hate?
Girls love love songs.
That's an assumption.
Girls love songs from skinny men who look like they are one bad cold away from dying.
Me. Hey girls! Girls love Barbie Girl.
I'm a
Everyone
Barbie
loves
girl.
Barbie Girl. If you don't like Barbie Girl, you're lying.
There's even a bit for the boys to sing.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Do you know what else songs girls love but boys hate? TikTok.
Ah, that's my
Wake
favorite.
up in the
Oh, wait,
morning
oh.
feeling... Yeah, not the app.
I love that song.
If you don't like Kesha from 2000 whenever, you are just a killjoy.
I didn't like Taylor Swift or One Direction for a while, and then I realized, oh man, wait, no, they're good.
I was the type of person to be like, oh, One Direction is so gay, Justin Bieber's so gay, and then I just like binge listen to their albums at home on my own. And when it came up on my brother's Spotify and he asked me about it, I'd say, oh, that wasn't me.
Why did
Password
you
is
care
password.
that they were gay?
I didn't know what gay meant. Children.
History
if
lesson.
you're a child, gay meant bad
It
back
did.
then.
It did mean bad.
And also apparently girls like Call Me Maybe and boys don't.
Sorry, Call Me Maybe, one of the biggest songs of all time. Everyone listened to Call Me Maybe. It was like a massive... Like, broke records, didn't it? She was like the first female artist to do something. She was the first female artist
She's
to do
the first
something.
woman to ever do anything.
She was the first woman president, but she was so good she erased everyone's minds, even though she's Canadian.
So what do little boys and little girls aspire to be?
Girls like princesses and magic and fairies, and boys like spaceships and spacemen.
Well, close. It says, always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn, then always be a unicorn. Can you guess what boys should be?
Dinosaur.
Yep. Always be yourself. Unless you can be a dinosaur, then always be a dinosaur.
When did unicorns become girly? Because unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. That's a true fact. Look it up. And they were on like coats of arms and stuff, like alongside lions. So they must have been at some point in history like, oh yeah, unicorn. It's a horse, a strong horse with a horn on its head. What was it that made little unicorns for little girls? Because they're really just like metal horses, right? Like they're super masked. Horses are big and strong. They've got a horn on its head to gore you.
The horn is for decorating.
No, the horn is for murdering.
The horn is for opening packets of
It's opening jars.
nail varnish.
Jars that the women can't open by
For
themselves.
turning on the microwave button.
It's for applying
opening
eyelashes.
a tampon packet.
For applying your eyelashes very delicately. It's for putting the tampons in.
No!
Pop it on the end. It just...
Did you ever play Buckaroo? I have one question for you. And
Okay.
you. Am I a girl? I am a girl. I want to be a musician. I am a boy. I want to be a pilot. I don't know many little boys that wanted to be a pilot. Why is being a pilot a boy thing?
I think most people that want to be pilots from when they're kids are kind of losers.
Yeah, they're kind of like the same energy as like the boys that are like obsessed with being like a soldier.
Yeah.
Pew, pew,
But here's like the reason that pilots kind of seem like losers is the amount of time you have to spend flying. So pilots are kind of nerds for planes.
You require 0 social skills to be a pilot.
Right? Like
Apart from on the radio. Imagine having like social anxiety and you're about to crash the plane and you're like too anxious to be like, hey guys, I think the plane's gonna crash. It's okay though, don't worry about it. But I'm in great danger, I'm so sorry.
Hey folks, it seems the plane is going down.
It's the same vibe as like horse riding.
Yeah, horse rides itself.
Horses ride itself. The plane flies itself.
You sit on a horse and it walks. It's not that difficult.
And then when it starts running, you hang on and
You-
take
oh,
all
you-
the credit.
Oh no!
You take
okay.
all the credit. When was the last time you brushed your hair?
Why would I brush my hair?
Innit? Why would anyone brush their hair? Even when I had long hair, I didn't brush it.
Some people should brush their hair. It's just that a brush would get stuck in my.
There are 2 different branded detangling hairbrushes, and the girl one is called detangling hairbrush for pretty girl. The boy one is detangling hairbrush for brave boy.
Oh, brave boy. Brave boy, so brave. You got your hair detangled. Oh, you scared? Or you get your hair detangled, boy.
Also, the price difference for the girl's hairbrush is $39.99. For the boys is $14.
Unbelievable. That's the pink tax right there. They're the same brush. Girls aren't brave for getting their hair brushed, but boys are because boys are pussies.
You see, that's exactly what I was thinking. Did you know power drills are for men unless they're pink, in which they are for women?
I do like that power drill.
If you're a father that doesn't fish, Happy Mother's Day. Why is fishing gendered? Because only
some
men are
men can
stupid
do it.
enough to wait 4 hours
No.
for a fish
No, you're
to come and be
silly.
like,
One, you got to beat the fish to death. Women can't do that.
how
Women
fucking hard?
can't do that.
How fucking hard is it to beat a fish to death after
Emotionally?
you take it out of its
Emotionally?
home place?
Yeah, hard.
That's like a fish, a big fish, trying to drown a human and being like, oh, I drowned the big human. Like, yeah, sure, humans can't breathe
Have you
underwater.
ever beat a fish to death?
I think I have.
2, the second reason is that women talk too much. The fish would be like, oh no, oh, they swim away because you can hear it.
They put their little fish fingers in their ears. Be like, oh, I don't want to hear it.
You don't understand fish anatomy. Clearly you've never been fishing.
Bird's eye fish fingers. Did you know that there are unisex names for girls?
Yeah, Cameron. That's a gender-neutral name for girls.
Unisex.
Yeah.
Well, some unisex names for girls are Eden, Dylan, Jordan, Elliot, Marlo, Lyndon, Parker, Ellery. This is from America. What the if you were a lady, if you're a woman, if you're like a woman or a lady, would you wear women lady boxers?
But they'd probably be more expensive than boy boxers. Why are they so long? I don't like the thigh gap.
Women's underwear is very uncomfortable. For no reason. They've made them the frilly bits. They're just not comfortable. I have big butt cheeks. Any pair of underwear that I had would just get sucked towards the hole.
I think this is you've got a huge ass that swallows up underwear problem.
Maybe other people don't experience that.
No, I think it's just a big ass problem.
Okay. So this says, Dad, a son's first hero, a daughter's first love.
Yeah, it's weird when people say that daughters want to f their daddies.
Yeah, I just feel like your son should also love you.
Yeah, but not in a gay way, though.
But that's insinuating that the daughter is loving the dad in a romantic way, which is really weird. Would you ever consider getting Botox?
No.
Would you ever consider getting Brotox?
Oh, maybe. You know, I like mascara and
Man bags?
man bags and
Man buns?
guy liner.
I think it's interesting when we change the words of gender-neutral words, if you know what I mean. Because it's either because men are so, like, insecure in their masculinity that they can't bear to have anything that they think women have.
Men are weak. Sorry, Stephen Crowder. Hey, we'll inject this literal poison into your skin so that your muscles tighten. It's like when people talk about like the women that would drop belladonna in their eyes to make their eyes dilate.
Who? Who is Belladonna? Ouch. Things are so funny. I'm gonna slap you. Why is that a thing?
Belladonna is not a person, it's a poison.
It's not a person, it's a poison. There's also the bro mask.
It's a face mask.
Did you know that men and women have different laxatives? And that the women laxatives are pink?
Why?
If
I
this
want a pink
turned
one.
my shit pink,
Oh my god, they've labelled it as Dulcolax for women.
would you rather have explosive diarrhea or explosive diarrhea pink?
Pink, because then I won't be able to see if there's any blood in it and I won't worry.
You get shit in your blood?
Do you know when you go to the bathroom just hoping to fart out a ton of blood and there's some shit in there? Ew!
Imagine if every time you fell over and cut yourself, you'd be like shit all over the floor.
Shit for
Imagine like falling off a skateboard onto concrete and just shit, skid marks. Literal skid marks.
shit for veins.
Shit for veins. You ever doing the washing up and you grab scrub mummy and you're a man and you think, oh, I wish there was a scrub daddy. There's a scrub daddy and a scrub mummy.
Scrub daddy. Scrub daddy. Daddy scrub. We can move on now.
What do men do in the bathroom that women don't?
Masturbate. No.
Well,
What is it? Tell me.
gents do epic shit. Ladies smile because they're losing weight. That's really bad.
I have no response to that. Why is it that we want women to have eating disorders? Men, have a shave and drink a beer. You're great. Women, you're falling apart, leaking, and your kids' clothes are filthy.
I've had so many discussions recently about the fact that when we grew up, the body norms for women were like being stick thin.
Yeah, you
And-
gotta have a thigh gap.
Obviously, we still have a lot of work to do. Literally, like, growing up as like a 6-year-old girl, grown women would be like, oh my god, you're so skinny, you look so great. Like, they'd be like, oh, you're so pretty and skinny. What is your favourite pointlessly gendered thing that you've ever seen?
What's your favourite gender?
We should ask a question at the beginning of the video, and then we should put this at the beginning of the video, and then everybody that gets to the end of the video can be like, oh my god, I saw them film that, and say that they should do that. What should we put at the beginning of the video? What is your favourite pronoun? Mine is I. Comment your favourite pronoun below.
He.